Well, this log
feels Vio's ears flattening.
Pulse report was tricky to translate, even with the improved translator. Vipolaga is kinda different from English. It's very efficient and not as flowery as English. It also uses subject-object-verb instead of subject-verb-object. It kinda makes it a bitch to translate without everything sounding like a weird combination of Tarzan speak and English. Vio, Anon, Brainy, and I had to reconstruct this entire report, and it still won't get it quite right due to the lexicon being incomplete. How did I forget the fucking pronouns? Kinda makes me wonder how the Shroud translates everything to be understandable if their language is that different. I guess the deities work in mysterious ways. I just hope it's legible enough for everyone who wants to know what happened after, well, you know.
Translation attempt number 32. Translating document from Vipolaga to English. 20%, 50%, 80%. Error. Could not complete translation. Likely cause. English does not have a complete lexicon. Translation 82% complete. Release all recorded pulses within document? Yes. No.
Yes.
Releasing.
Pulse report 3720, the Valpoc designation 453-26743. The current time is the first Turco o first diurnal quarter, first o the Turco moon, the ordered star, 976th cycle, generation 11, Keturah 13. This is Captain Valop, Kityang o Vexton, reporting on the current state of the rescue operation. We have rescued far more of these apes than originally planned. Vaipu may have to make a detour to the nearest refugee planet and expand the rescue efforts from just one VIP-class cruiser to at least 10 paws worth of ships. I know that is a lot, but Vaipu have already rescued 200 in a mere 2 moons, or what was supposed to be a 2-cycle rescue mission. It seems the numbers are only going to be higher. Anon has intercepted some kind of message. C had to use older devices to translate the message. It is badly garbled and sounded mostly like harsh barks. Fortunately, Vio Kitian Ovepi correctly assumed that the message is speaking in the ape's primary Vixtoliga and suggested having the Chitini science officer attempt to translate this strange barking tongue. I allowed Yinan to take the transcript to the Chitini, whose name I cannot even begin to pronounce, in an attempt to translate it. It took the Chitini all dinural and much o the nocturnal shift, but Yanga managed to translate the Vixtoliga well enough to at least make the message understandable. Much of the message was still indiscernible, but it seems a yin ape has been severely injured and requires medical assistance immediately. The message even gave Vipun the exact coordinates. It seems Vaipu must go to the energy sector, specifically to the void tear known as the dreaded maw. Fortunately, it is only a few leaps away. Vaipu should be there before the end of the first diurnal quarter. If Vaipuna research on Vipan Tech is correct, then there is a chance that Vaipu have discovered an ape that has escaped the enthrallment procedure. I certainly hope so, because I wish for Vipun to understand where these poor people came from and how so many were captured by these monstrous cyborgs. Pulse report 373, O the Valpoc designation 453-26743. The current time is the first Turco, or the second diurnal quarter, first of the Turco moon, the ordered star, 976th cycle, generation 11, Keturah 13. This is Captain Valop, Kityang o Vexton, reporting on the current state of the rescue mission. Vaipu have leaped into the dreaded maw and discovered a T-alloy science vessel that appeared to be dead. Initial scans show the vessel to be heavily damaged internally and venting atmosphere. If there are any survivors, Vipa will surely perish if Vaipu do not rescue them with haste. I sent a group to rescue any survivors. This group consists of 3 Leopex guards, Vastra, Kitayin, Ovexia, Vexi, Kitayin, Ovuthi, and Pesh. The logic behind this group is this. The Leopex are far more effective in numbers. Even though Viper refused to use star shooters and CI spears, Viper can crush almost any opposition with VPAN bioweapons alone. Vastra has extensive military experience and can use a combination of Yinan natural coloring and Yinan Psi aura to blend into the shadows. Yina can merely step into the shadows and vanish. Vexi is an accomplished archealer, despite Yinan chronic primal instability. Yina can heal those who may be injured or suffering from Psi shock. Pesh is one of our engineers in training. Yanga is not in the group to repair anything. Yanga is there because of the fact Yanga is a Diegling. Yangan's small stature and flexible body can squeeze into the smallest spaces and aid us in finding survivors trapped under any debris. The Kaitini science officer managed to hack into the T-Alloy's transporter feed. Viper will soon be transported to the T-Alloy ship to investigate the cause of it going dead. Viper will, of course, rescue any beings that were unfortunate enough to be captured. I pray to Kitsume that this rescue will go in Vipuna favor. Pulse Report 374. The Val POC designation 453-26743. The current time is the first Turco, the first deneural quarter, second, the Turco moon, the ordered star, 976th cycle, generation 11, Keturah 13. This is Captain Valap Kityang, Ovexten, reporting on the current state of the rescue mission. O kind Kitsume, what evil have Vaipu brought upon Vipuna, Yips? Vipu have discovered such horrors on that vessel that most can scarcely imagine outside Owa war. There were so many dead and dying that it overwhelmed Vipuna, poor Arkeler. Vipu could not count the bodies at first because Vipa were all torn asunder. Vipu were only able to identify the bodies via Vipen genetic signatures. 40 T-Alloy remains, 30 Leopex remains, 10 Diggling remains, and 9 of Vipuna own. 99 left is senselessly taken.
High-pitched wails of anguish could be heard, and many wails have joined in. The mourning went on for 3 dashes before Valop could compose himself enough to pulse clearly.
Not all is lost, for there is hope in this dark storm. Vaipu have found 20 apes of all life stages. Vaipu were too late to prevent Vipana from being enthralled, but Vipa are alive. In a biological sense, Vaipu have also found a Diggling. Yanga is an unclaimed buck, the color of the void. Yanga is strangely unenthralled and has served the T-Alloy since birth. Vaipu must investigate this strange anomaly. Speaking of strange anomalies, Vaipu may have found an unenthralled ape. The gene scanners and confiscated reports all point to the ape being a yin. Yina is seriously injured and may not live if Yina does not see a healer immediately. Vipuna Archealer just reported Yinan as having numerous muscular tears, several broken bones, a punctured lung, severe burns. Yinan paws were ruined, and Yina has lost a stone bowl of blood. Archealer Vexi's medical pulse astonished me. How is this ape not dead? Vipa must be tougher than Vipan meek appearance suggests. Vipuna Archealer has pulsed to me that Yina will attempt to save Yinan life, that Yina may have to use a few of Vipan barbaric methods. I hope that Vexi knows what Yina is doing. I will end this report here and return when the ape is either healed or moved on to Yanan version of the afterlife. Pulse Report 375, the Val POC designation 453-26743. The current time is the last Turco, o the third diurnal quarter, 12th o the Turco moon, the ordered star, 976th cycle, generation 11, Keturah 13. This is Captain Valalop Kityang o Vexton, reporting on the current state o the rescue mission. I shall recap what has occurred in the past quarter moon without giving into sadness. Vaipu have uncovered many Porphals o dead and dying. Every last Tialoi was dead. Almost all o Vaipan, enthralled slaves, were dead. Many apes in all stages of life were found completely eviscerated. We could only identify most of Vaipana by Vaipan genetic signatures. Vaipuna Leopex guards lost Vaipan meals at the site or the mess. The rescue group has found 20 living apes of all life stages. All of Vaipana were enthralled. But Vaipa seem to have reacted very badly to the procedure. Vaipa are practically husks that cannot even take care of Vaipana yips. It is incredibly saddening to see a sapient being reduced to this. Vaipa have found an unenthralled Daigling. Yanga is an unclaimed buck, the color of the void. Yanga is an unusually potent psionic. This is most likely why Vaipa have not enthralled Yangan. Yanga is the only one found alive out of a crew of 100. Yanga holds no loyalty to the Tialois, despite being a servant since birth. Yanga does not even have a given name. Yanga only knows Yangan, yips, by what the Tialois have designated Yangan. Yanga kept introducing Yangan yips as Digling 2574. This will not do. Vaipu must come up with a name for Yangan. Vaipu have finally discovered an unenthralled example of those furless apes. Yina was smaller than most of them. Most of Vaipun agree that Yina is a kit. This has caused Vaipun much anger, that those robotic beasts would commit such a heinous act. Yina was seriously injured, but it was nothing to Vaipuna Arkila. Yina had to use a few Ovaipin, more unorthodox methods to repair a normally life-threatening injury. Fortunately, Yina has succeeded in navigating that thorny path. Now, all that is left to do is for Yinan to begin healing the poor being spiritually. It appears the Yin ape had suffered severe psi shock. This is strange because Yinan eye arrangement and biology tell Vipun that Yina is a flesh-eater. But it is not completely unheard of. Vexi has pulsed that Yina will begin the session shortly. I certainly hope that Yina discovers much about Vipuna new guest.